Hey everybody, Jim Powers with MaryvilleSaints.com and Saints Vision as we continue to catch up with our coaches here in the fall season. And joining us is our men's soccer coach, David Korn. And first week, great weekend on the road. Great 2 wins down in Memphis. Get into JLVC play last week. Some missed opportunities down at Bellarmine. Same thing down in Southern Indiana. Talk a little bit about the first 2 weeks and how you feel the guys have really responded.
Yeah, I mean, I think overall we've talked a lot about what that progress is going to look like for us throughout the course of the season, and how in each training session or how in each game can we continue to get better in a number of different facets. And for the first weekend, we reward ourselves with a couple of good results. From a performance standpoint, there was still some things we felt like we really needed to tighten up and improve. And I think going into GLVC play, we played 2 good opponents in Bellarmine and Southern Indiana. And on Friday, I don't think we had as strong a performance as we could have. And that for us is a learning experience when we have an extremely talented bunch. But I think on that particular day, we just kind of weren't doing enough things that we had done previously. And I give our guys a lot of credit. On Saturday, they regrouped, they responded, looked at some film, and then going into Sunday, we were able to correct a lot of those issues. And Southern Indiana posed an interesting threat. They had kind of a different tactical approach to the game, which is very effective. And for 60, 70 minutes, I thought we did really well with it, and we're in the lead. And I think our maturation now as a team is, okay, how do we keep leads, how do we grow leads, and how do we ultimately do a better job of handling those situations late in the game. And we had chances to go up 2 or 3-0, didn't do it, and unfortunately, kind of made a couple mistakes at the end of the game that cost us a result. But I thought our performance improved from Friday to Sunday, and now we have to do the same thing today at training Friday or Thursday as we get ready for Friday and Sunday's games.
The one thing I've noticed out of this year in the first 4 games is you guys are really doing a great job in controlling the midfield, getting those 50-50 balls and setting up for some great offensive attacks. And I mean, again, Southern Indiana, 15 shots and, really just doing a nice job and winning those 50-50 battles in the midfield to get your offense going.
Yeah, we've got some very good attacking players high up the field. So we think we get the ball into those front 4 guys. There's a lot of creativity. We've got some depth for different guys that can come into those positions. Not just the talented guys that start, but we have 2, 3, 4 guys that can come off the bench and help us there. It's been a little bit of a struggle from an injury standpoint, from a card standpoint, a little bit deeper down the field. But we've had a number of guys play across our back 4 and our center midfield, and they've continued to do better and better each time out. And I think now it's just getting that consistency as a group that will allow us to continue to defend well and set ourselves up in our build-up play or in transition to continue to get some good attacking opportunities.
The one, I think, the biggest bright spot probably in the first 2 weeks of the season, Pontus last week being named the first ever for Maryville Player of the Week in the GLVC after just a great performance down in Memphis.
Yeah, he had a great week in Memphis. I mean, he took advantage of some opportunities. It's one of those things that I was really pleased with our setup play to create those situations. Obviously, Pontus was on the finishing end of a couple of those, as well as creating a couple assists and things in the weekend. But we had some great delivery on a restart. I think it was Jorgen that played a corner kick in for Pontus's first goal. And so it's kind of those situations where our wide players, Sander, Rasmus, Chris, KD have done a good job of serving good balls in the area and combining. Some of our center midfielders, Sam, Nico, Jorgen when he's in there, those guys have all done a good job of kind of setting up some of those moments. And then guys like Pontus and Helmet have been on the receiving end of some of those goals. And this past weekend, a couple other freshmen, Sander and Jorgen, were on the scoring sheet. So it's been good to see that we have a number of weapons, and to me that's really encouraging moving forward.
Yeah, and moving forward, it doesn't get any easier. McKendree comes over to Maryville Field on Friday, and then you get Illinois Springfield on Sunday. Talk a little bit about what you've seen on film on those 2 teams coming into Maryville.
Well, we're going to play McKendree Friday, and they had a good first result. They had an interesting weekend with one of their games getting rained out. But on Sunday, they had a great performance. They had a good comeback to even the game, and we know they're going to be a good team. We know they're going to be a challenge for us here on Friday. So I think the biggest thing, especially this early in the season, we can do is prepare ourselves well and make sure that we are, from a game plan standpoint, playing the way that we want to, and the guys are working hard and they're honest about their approach to everything. And then it doesn't get any easier on Sunday because UIS has had 2 good performances. They've got a new coach there, and I think there's a renewed sense of belief with that group. So, probably like everybody says, doesn't matter which sport it is. I mean, it's a tough conference, and for us, the only focus that we can have is how we prepare ourselves. And if we do that, we've talked about it, we'll earn the opportunities and we'll earn the results that we want. So
outstanding stuff, David. Good luck this week. We'll talk to you next week.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Jim.
David Korn joins us here on Saints Vision. We will have the action for you on Friday afternoon at 2:30. The men will be taking on McKendree. Then on Sunday at 2:30, the game will be on Saints Vision. We'll have an audio broadcast of our game on Sunday versus Illinois Springfield. We'll have that up on our website on Saints Vision. For Coach, I'm Jim Powers. Thanks so much for tuning in to MaryvilleSaints.com and Saints Vision. Have a great week, and as always, go Saints.